Good morning, friends. So today I welcome you all to Board and Beyond. So today we are going to learn about triangles, right, friends? So this is one of your chapter falling in geometry part of it, and you can expect a question of around 5 to 6 marks from this chapter, right? So what we are going to learn today is that we will be learning the basic concepts of triangle, right? And certain theorems, and how do we arrive to those theorems, that is how do we deduce it or how do we prove it, and then we will also see a few problems, okay, on triangles, right? So this is what we are going to do, and if the time permits we will also do deduction of Pythagoras theorem here and problem related to that, right? So let's get straight on to the topic, friends, right? So first of all, I think I did not tell you that what is a triangle. Everybody must be knowing. So we will start directly from congruency and similarity of triangles, right? We will restrict our discussion to triangles. We will not go into other polygons, right? So friends, when we talk about triangles, two triangles, we say that they are congruent to each other, right? So what is the difference between a congruency and similarity of triangles, right? So in a simple word, congruency is nothing but exactly the same, okay? That means your shape and size both are same for two figures, for two triangles here. Similarity, shape is the same but size is not same. Size may be same, may not be same, right? So we say that, let us say one triangle, right? Okay, you see these two triangles, let us say ABC and PQR. This ABC and PQR, of course both triangles, are congruent when AB is equal to, respective sides are same, AB is equal to PQ, AC is equal to PR, and BC is equal to QR, and all angles are also same. You are getting my point? That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So when all sides are same and all angles are same, that means these two triangles are similar in all respects. We say these two triangles are congruent. But when we talk about similarity of triangles, that means if the angles of the two triangles are same, respective angle of two triangles are same, okay, and their sides are in a definite proportion, respective sides are a definite proportion, then we say that these two triangles are similar to each other. That means they are same in the shape but not in the size, right? Size can be higher or size can be lower. That means either it is a enlarged version of the original triangle or it is a diminished version of the original triangle, right, friends? So we will come to know about this very soon. Now with this concept, let us understand one more concept, what we call it as a scale factor, right? Okay. So what is a scale factor, friends? You might have seen a world map at your house or maybe India's map at your house. So what do you think? Is India such small? What you are seeing on the map? So scale is nothing but the length or the length on the map in actual is how much in actual, right? Okay. So for example, let us say India's map, you will get a scale something like this. Let's say 1 cm is equal to 100 kilometers. That means 1 centimeter on the map is equal to 100 kilometers in actual, right? That is called scale of the map, right? So scale is very important because you might get case study. You might get a case study because I think this board exam you will have certain case studies as well, right? So you may get a case study here, okay, which will involve the concept of scale factor, right? Okay, so scale factor is also called as representative fractions, okay? So please don't get confused, both are the same terms, right? So scale factor is, let me just give you a little more detail because you may get a question on this. Let us say this is 2, 3 and 4. Okay, this is just a hypothetical example, friends. 4, 6 and 8. So what happens, friend? You can see here the side A, B and C, D, E and F, right? So we can see AB, okay, is half of DE, right? Similarly, BC is half of CF, okay, and DF is half of AC is half of DF, right? So that means what we mean to say is that this triangle, okay, this triangle is same in the shape but double the size of this triangle, right? Okay, this is called scale factor, right? So with this scale factor concept, we will move forward. Similarity is actually a very important concept, friend, okay, wherein you may get a case study, and the concept of similarity is used in multiple ways, in many ways, in many fields, right? And the chapter trigonometry which we did earlier, okay, that also is entirely based on the principle of similar triangles, correct? Okay, so let's move forward and then try to understand Thales theorem or basic proportionality theorem, right? So what it says is that if a line is drawn parallel to any one of the side of a triangle, okay, intersecting the other two sides at two distinct points, okay, is will divide the other two sides in the same ratio. I'll explain you with the example, okay. Let us say this is the triangle ABC, A, B, C. This is called as basic proportionality theorem. In short form, sometimes called as BPT or Thales theorem. Right. So this is the triangle ABC. I take a line segment, okay, parallel to BC, okay, intersecting AB at certain point, let us say P, and AC certain point at, let us say, Q. Okay. Then in this case, what it has to say, what Thales theorem says that AP by PB is equal to AQ by QC. So this is what Thales theorem states, that if a line drawn parallel to any one of the side intersecting the other two sides at two distinct points, then that line will divide the other two sides in the same ratio. Okay, we have to study the converse also. So let us first try to do this, right? So what I have done, friends, this is parallel to this. That is what we have constructed, right? So this triangle, now this has been divided into two triangles, friends. Let us say to prove this, what we can do, yeah, we can do that. Okay, so yeah, we will reproduce the figure, right? A little bigger. A, B, C, P and Q, right? So to prove this, friends, what we are going to do is that we are going to join these two and we are going to join this as well, and we are going to draw two perpendicular lines. Okay, that means this is 90 degrees and this is 90 degrees. So these two are two perpendicular lines on the other sides of the triangle, right? Now the theorem or the proof of this is basically done how I'll tell you. Okay, it's done on two concepts, friends, right? Okay, the first concept is that triangle APQ, area of triangle APQ can be represented in two different ways. One, considering AP as a base. Second, considering AQ as the base. Right? We all know area of a triangle is equal to half into base into height. Right? Absolutely, there is no problem on that. Now, there is another concept here, friends, which actually comes handy. Okay, is if a triangle is drawn in between two parallel lines on the same base, the area of all the triangles will be equal. Let me explain it in a little more detail. Important concept to be understood. Let us say I take this as base, right, friends? So A and B. Okay. Now, if I fix a point, say let us say C here, okay, and I join the two, right? So this becomes a triangle. Now, area of this triangle, okay. Now let us say I fix a point B here, okay, and then I join the two. So another triangle, one triangle is A, B and C, and then there is a triangle by name A, B and D. Let us say I fix a point here, let us say E. Another triangle is A, E, B and E, right? So we have drawn three triangles. Only thing is that this line is parallel to this line, right? And the base is common for for all the three triangles. Now what we have to say is that area of all these three, area of all three triangles are same, right? Correct, friends? If you want to basically understand this little more, you can basically draw a perpendicular here. Let's call it as P. Draw a perpendicular here. Let's call it as M. And a perpendicular here. Let's call it as N. Now, you see, when you are trying to find the area of triangle ABC, it is half into base into height, right? So, half into AB into CP, right? Similarly, it will be, the other triangle will be half into AB into PM. Sorry, this is D, not P. DM, right? And this will be half into AB into EN, right? So, we see that DM is equal to CP is equal to EN, right? So which says that, and base is also common, right, for all the three triangles. So it will have all same areas, right, friends? So this concept we are going to use here. So I thought I'll just refresh that before actually we get into this. Okay. So now, area of triangle APQ. Area of triangle APQ, okay, is equal to how much, my friends? Half into base is nothing but AP into NQ, right? Which can also be written as half into base is AQ. Half into base into height. Height is nothing but PM. You are getting my point? Now, if this and this are equal, we can actually cancel half and half on both the sides. Okay, and then we can write AP, and I will bring this term AQ this side. Divide by AQ is equal to PM by NQ. We'll keep it here for some time. Right. Now, coming on to this, coming on to your other two triangles, that is PQB and QPC, right? So area of triangle PQB, it will be how much? Half into base. Base is nothing but for this triangle, okay, base is this PB, and into height. For this triangle, what will be the height? If this is the base, height will be NQ. You are getting, my friends? Right? This is of this shape. Let us say this is the. Let me explain it here. This is the triangle. If you want to find the height, area of this triangle ABC. Okay. Then what we do is that we extend it and draw a perpendicular line here. Okay. Let us say M. So it is half into BC into AM. On the same concept, half into PB into NQ, right? Similarly, half into this triangle, that is QC, base is QC into PM. You are getting my point? I have already equated it because just now I showed you that in between two parallel lines, if we draw what should I say? If I draw area of two triangles, if I draw two triangles or multiple triangles having this common base, okay, then the area will be same. Okay, so area of this and area of this has to be same, right? So again cancelling half and half, right? So now PB by this I will get it here, QC is equal to PM by NQ, right? This is our 2, right? So you can analyze your this equation 1 and this 2, right? Okay, we can say AP by AQ, AP by AQ is equal to this PB by QC, right? Okay, now what happens, friends? This we will little shuffle it, AP by PB, because we wanted to find, right, AP by PB. So I will bring this down and this up, okay? Okay, so this becomes AP by PB is equal to AQ will go on top, AQ by QC. This was to be proved, right? So you got it? Right. So we will, this is called as Thayer's theorem or basic proportionality theorem, right, friends? So we will just go to the new, this other one, which is called as the converse of basic proportionality theorem. Okay. So I am going to rub it off. I hope the concepts are getting clear to you all, friends. Okay. Now let's say a triangle. This is converse. So what does converse say? Converse of basic proportionality theorem says that if a line, okay, is dividing the two sides of a triangle in a definite proportion or in the same proportion, then the line has to be parallel to the third side. Okay, because here it said that if a line is drawn parallel, then it will divide into the same proportion. Converse says that if it divides into the same proportion, the line has to be parallel to the third side, right? Let's do that. A, B, C, right? And this is the line segment, right? Let us say P and Q. Now it has been given to us that AP by PB is equal to AQ by QC, right? This is given to us. We need to prove PQ is parallel to BC, right? So yeah, So friends, for this, let us assume for a moment that PQ is not parallel to BC. Right? So there must be some other point, Q, where if I draw the line, then PQ becomes parallel to BC. Right? Let us say that point is here. I will call it as M, so that there is no confusion. This point is M. So now I have to say that PM is parallel to BC. Right? So assume PM is parallel to BC. We have constructed it like this, that PM is parallel to BC. So if PM is parallel to BC, friends, then as per Thales theorem, what we can say, that AP by PB is equal to AM by MC. Right? This is Thales theorem, what it says. Right? But what happens, I'll just tell you. In the question, what is given to us? AP by PB is equal to AQ by QC. That this is what is given to us. So left hand side is same here, friends. So right hand side has to be same. Let us do that. So in other words, this 2, that is your 1 from the question, and this is 2, says that AQ by QC is equal to AM by MC. Right? Now friends, if we analyze this, okay, we are saying AQ is equal to AM. AQ is equal to AM. We have a problem here. AQ can be equal to AM only when Q coincides with M. Correct? If these are two different things, this will not happen. Right? So this suggests that for this to happen, Q coincides with M. Right? So for this to happen, Q has to coincide with M. And that is when we can say that PQ is parallel to PM. Right? Because Q has to coincide with them. Q has to coincide with M. Right? So this was the converse of basic proportionality theorem. Right, friends? Okay. Let us see if there is any other important concept also which we should understand. I don't think we'll straight away head on to problems now. Okay. See, friends. Yes. One more thing. For similarity of two triangles, there are basically three criteria on which we say that these two triangles are similar. Right? I'll just briefly explain that. I'm not going to prove it, friends, because this is quite easy and it is available in your textbook. So, respecting everybody's time, I'll not prove it, okay? But I'll just wanted to jot it down. 1 second. So the first rule is A and A rule, which says that if all angles of a triangle are same of all angles of another triangle, okay, if all angle of one triangle is equal to all angle of another triangle, then these two triangles are similar to each other, right? This is just an extension of this, friends, right? Double A rule. What happens, friend, if two angles of a triangle are equal to two angles of another triangle, then these two triangles are said to be similar. Why? Because if two angles of one triangle is equal to two angles of another triangle, third angle will naturally be the same, because sum of all the angles of this triangle will be equal to sum of all angles of the another triangle. I am talking about internal angles, right? 180 degrees. So if two are same, third will also be the same, which will actually lead you to the previous result only, triple arrow, right? Now, next is ASA rule. Okay. So, this says that if two angles of a triangle and the side included in between these two angles are equal to, okay, no, not equal to, sides may not be equal. Let me explain, or else we can get confused on that. Yeah. A, B, C. Let us say this is angle 1. I will draw a bigger triangle here. P, Q, R. Let us say this is angle 2. Right? So what I am saying here, friends, that angle 1 is equal to angle 2. That is one thing. And then AB is proportional to PQ is equal to AB by PQ is equal to BC by QR. So if these two criteria meet, then we say triangle ABC is similar to triangle PQR. You got it? So the angle, respective angle has to be same, and the sides including those angles have to be in same proportion, right? So these two triangles will be similar to each other, right? Now there is one more concept here, that is called as side SSS rule. This says that if all three sides of a triangle are in a definite proportion to all three sides of another triangle, then we say that these two triangles are similar to each other. Quite obvious, because if all the three sides of a triangle are similar to respective sides, three sides of another triangle, then angle will also be the same, right? So this will actually lead you to the same result. Okay. Then this is also one congruency rule, right? You can have SAS also. Yes, you can have SAS rule also. So SAS rule says that if two sides of a triangle, okay, are in the same proportion, right, and angle included in between are same, then these two triangles will be similar to each other, right? Friends, this was what I explained you was SAS. Let me explain ASA. ASA is a little different, okay? I'm so sorry. A, B, C, P, Q and R. So this says that if two angles are same, let us say this angle and this angle are same, okay? So, and if two angles of two triangles are same, then naturally the third angle will also be the same, okay? Which will actually lead you to this. You need not study it separately, okay? Which will actually lead you to either of them. If two angles are same, two angles will also be the same. Two angles of one triangle is equal to two angles of another triangle, then these two triangles will be congruent. So SAS rule, just now I explained by mistake under this heading, okay? So, sorry. Okay, let's move forward. This was about similarity of two triangles, right? Now, having understood the similarity of two triangles, let us take up a few problems from your textbooks, okay, textbook, and then move forward, right? So problem says that important problem from your textbook: a girl of height 90 centimeter By now, I think you would have understood which problem I am talking about, right? The girl of height 90 centimeters is walking away from the base of a lamp post. So here is the lamp post, okay, which is 3.6 meter height. 3.6 meter height above the ground. The girl is walking towards this side, or she can walk towards this side also. Absolutely not a problem. Okay, at a speed of 1.2 meter per second. Speed is equal to 1.2 meters per second. Okay, we are expected to find the length of the shadow of the girl after 4 seconds. So after 4 seconds is nothing but 4.8, right? 4.8. So let us say the girl has reached here. So this distance is given to be 4.8. Right? 4.8 meters. Now girl height is how much, my friends? 90 centimeter. Okay, which is equal to 0.9 meters. Right? Let's make her little taller. Okay. Now we are expected to find the shadow of the girl. Okay, and this make little shorter. So this length will be the length of the shadow for that girl. So this we need to actually find it out, right? So see here, friends, this is a 90-degree lamp post. Girl is standing vertically upside. Okay, so these two angles are same. I am talking about, let's say, I'll name it A, B, C and D. So triangle A, in triangle A, B, C, right? Angle B is equal to 90 degree, right? And angle C is we don't know the angle, so let's see angle C is equal to angle C only. So in triangle let's say MDC will be equal to how much? This angle is again 90, angle D is 90 degrees, right? And angle C is angle C. Now you see, friends, these two are equal and these two are equal. When I am talking about these two triangles, I am talking about these two triangles. So what happens, friends, when two angles of a triangle are similar? We have understood that a while ago, right? So we can write the ratio of proportion of their sides, correct? So AD by MD should be equal to BC by DC, right, friends? So AD is 3.6, MD is nothing but 0.9, is equal to BC is nothing but 4.8 plus DC, okay, and DC is DC only by DC, right? So we can actually solve it, friends. This is 0.4, DC is equal to 4.8 plus DC, right? So this comes here, it becomes 0.4 DC. So 4.8 is equal to DC minus 0.4 DC is equal to 0.6 DC, right? So DC is equal to 4.8 divided by 0.6, right? Which is equal to 0.8 meters. You got it, friends? Right? Okay. So DC is equal to 0.8 meters or 80 centimeter. Okay. So length of her shadow is 80 centimeters. Right? Right? Okay. Let's move forward. So in the figure below, so let me first draw the figure. So this is the figure A, B, C and D, D, E, and even these are also connected. Okay. So in the figure below, if triangle ABE, triangle ABE is congruent to triangle ACD, triangle ACD, let me write it bigger. Then show that triangle ADE, to prove triangle ADE is similar to triangle FCFB. Right. So what is given to us, friend? Triangle ABE is congruent to triangle ACD. Right. ACD. So friends, what happens is this is congruency. So AB. So AB is equal to AC. We can write from here. There are certain results which we can draw. AB is equal to AC and BE is equal to CD and AE is equal to AD. Right? So these are the three conclusions that we can draw. And another conclusion is angle A is equal to angle, okay, A common only, okay, angle B is equal to angle C and angle E is equal to angle D. Right? So yes friends, so we need to prove these two are similar. So what we can do, see, AB is equal to AC, okay, done. BE is equal to CD, done. AE is equal to AD. So these two are equal and this total is also equal, right? So from this, AB is equal to AC and this is equal to this, right? Can we conclude that DB is equal to EC? Are you there with me? Okay. So AB is equal to AC. The total length of this is equal to this and this is equal to this from here. So this is equal to this, right? No problem. Now angle A, of course, common, not a problem. And angle B is where this angle is equal to angle this, angle C, right? So we need to prove it. ADE is triangle ADE is similar to triangle CFB. Where is it? Triangle ADE is triangle ACB, ABC. Sorry. Triangle ABC. Right? ABC. Very easily we can prove it, friends. There is nothing, no much hassle about it, right? So we can say angle A is equal to angle A. I am considering this triangle and this triangle. Both angles are same, common, right? Now AD is equal to AE from here, okay, and so angle and angle this angle D is equal to angle E. Okay. ठीक है. So that we will not take. We will take something else. AD from this AD and AB. Okay. Let us take AB is equal to AC and AE is equal to AD. Right? So what we can do is that we can write AB. Shall we go that way, or that is not required? Okay. AD is equal to AE. AD is equal to AE. Now, let us say this angle is equal, and angle D is equal to angle E, that is given, and angle B is equal to angle C, right? So this angle is equal to angle this, correct? This also is given. Angle B is equal to angle C, right? So yes, we can prove that these two are similar. ADE and ABC are similar to each other. We will apply double A. Okay. So this angle is common, and this side AD by AB is equal to AE by EC, right? This also can be done very easily, not a problem. So using this and this, we can prove that hence proved triangle ADE is similar to triangle ABC. You got it? So this is basically we are doing it with the concept that one angle is common for them and the other two sides are in a same ratio, right? Because this is equal to this, so this divided by this is equal to this divided by this. You need to extend your logic a little bit. We will be able to prove this, right, friends? Okay. So let's move on to the next one. Okay. Now the next problem says that E is a midpoint on side AD. E is a midpoint on side AD, right? Produced of a parallelogram ABCD. There is a parallelogram ABCD, right? And ABCD and BE intersect CD at F. Okay, let me not write and let us first make a parallelogram, right? So a parallelogram is A, B, C and D. Now what it is saying is that E is a point on side AD extended further. So we will extend it further. Let us say this is point E, right? Now this figure is not there actually in the textbook, right? And this line EB, right, BE, this is what is saying. E is a point on the side AD produced of a parallelogram ABCD and BE intersect CD. BE intersect CD at point F, right? Now we need to show that triangle ABE to prove triangle ABE is similar to triangle CFB. Right? Now, friends, this is a parallelogram, right? First of all, triangle ABE. Which one is that? A, B and E. I am talking about this triangle. And CFB. Where is that? CFB. I am talking about this triangle. Right. Now, you can see it, friends. See, BC is parallel to AB. Correct. Now, AD is parallel to BC. Correct. For one moment, let us say DE is extended to E. That means AE is parallel to BC. Any problem in this till now? No. I think because we have just extended it, right? And EB is a transversal. And EB is a transversal. Right, friends? So in this case, what happens is angle 1, I'll call it as angle 1 and call it as angle 2. So angle 1 is equal to angle 2. Right, no? Alternate angles. Right? Now, coming on to, I'm talking about this triangle and this triangle. So I'll talk about this angle. Okay? So this, let us call it as 3 and this is call it as 4. Right? So since AB is parallel to DC, okay, and sorry, AB is parallel to DC, okay, and not AB, AD is parallel to BC, right, and BC is a transversal. Right, friends? So in this case, what happens is angle 3 is equal to angle 4. Right? Okay. Now, BC is parallel to AB. Since it is a parallelogram, right? So angle 4 is equal to angle 5. Right? Correct? So now what we have done, friends, is that we have proved two angles to be equal. Okay? That is your angle 1 and angle 2 from here, and your angle 4 and angle 5, right? That is 4 and 5 from here, right? So when two angles of two different triangles are same, then those two triangles are said to be similar, right? So with this, with your this result and this result, we can say that triangle ABE is congruent to triangle CFB, right? Hence proved. Right. Let's move on to the next one. Okay. So the next one says that CD and GH are respectively the bisector of angle ACB and EFG. Okay. So basically there are two triangles, friends. In the textbook they have not mentioned two triangles, right? So let me just draw the figure straight away, friends. If I start writing the right, so A, B, C, A, B and C, and here E, F and G. Now what I am saying is that CD and GH are respectively the bisector of angle ACB. Okay, so I am drawing a line here. Okay, and saying that this is equal to this. Similarly, I am drawing a line here and saying that this is equal to this, right? So this is what is given. C, this is D, and this is G, this is H, right? Such that D and H lie on the side AB and EF respectively, okay? Of triangle ABC and EFG respectively, okay? Yeah, it's given. If triangle ABC, the given is triangle ABC is similar to triangle ABC is similar to triangle FEG, right? Then we need to show that three results to prove result number 1, CD by GH is equal to AC by FG. Result number 2, what we need to prove, triangle DCB is similar to triangle HGE. Result number 3, triangle DCA is similar to triangle HGF. Right, friends? So given here is this. So with this, what all can we write? Triangle ABC is FEG, right? So can we write here, since these two triangles are similar, so first we have taken A and second F. So angle A is equal to angle F. Let us say 1 and this 2. So angle 1 is equal to angle 2. Right? Now, after A I have written B. So it is given B. So after F it is E. So B and E are same. That is equal to, let us call this as 4 and this as 3. So angle 3 is equal to angle 4. Correct. And C and G, these two angles are same. Okay. Now we need to prove CD by GH. Okay. So friends, let us try to understand it here. So angle 1 is equal to angle 2, right? And see, what we can say here is that angle C is equal to angle G, right? Right, friends? We can derive a conclusion from here. So angle C by 2 is equal to angle G by 2. We can very well write that. Now, angle C by 2 is nothing but, can we consider this as this angle? Let's name it 1, 2, 5. Let's name it 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? So can we say angle 5 is equal to angle 7? Okay, is equal to angle 6 is equal to angle 8. You are getting my point? These two angles are there and these two lines are actually bisector of those angles. So half of that will be same. Right, friends? So I think this much result is enough for us to prove that triangle CD and GH, right? So CD and GH and then AC and FG. Okay. So friends, ultimately we need to prove that this triangle is similar to this triangle. Okay. Once we do that, this result will come out. Right. So angle ADC is similar to angle A is equal to angle F, right? 1 is equal to 2, right, friends? So first we will write angle F. Okay. After that I have written D, so it will be H, and then it is I have written ADC, so this will be your and FHG, right? Or yeah, FHG. So friends, see what I have done is that how I have written this, I'll tell you. Okay, because see, angle this A, okay, is equal to angle F. One angle is equal, right? And angle 5 is equal to angle 8 from here. So two angles are equal, these two triangles are similar. Now you can write the result. AD by FH is equal to DC. I think yeah, this one is involved. DC by HG. Is this the thing that we wanted to find out? No, AC by FG. So right. So again take is equal to AC by FG. So for us important is this two. So this is not required by us. So this proved your first part. Right friends. Now coming on to second part. Triangle DGB. Triangle DCB it will be. 1 second. Yeah. This is triangle DCB. So triangle DCB is similar to triangle HGE. We can very well do that, friends. DCB I am talking about. So angle 3 is equal to angle 4. One angle equal, right? And another which I am talking about, DCA, right? Sorry, DCB. So I will talk about angle 6 equal to angle 7. Two angles are same. So these two triangles are congruent, right? So this result can also be very well done. Now angle DCA is congruent to triangle HGF, right? This also can be done very easily because angle 1 is equal to angle 2, right? And I am talking about DCA. So angle 5 is equal to angle 8 from here. So this also is done. So with this, this problem is completed, right friends? Let's move on to the next one. Actually, this all are very easy, friends. Only thing is that little bit of patience, and that's it. Nothing else. And not making a mistake in writing your vertices. Okay. In sides, right. So in the below figure, oh God, figure is given. Okay. So the figure is something like this. E is a point on the side CB produced of an isosceles triangle. Okay. Let's make first isosceles triangle. So ABC, C, right? E is a point on side CB produced. So let us produce it like this, since this thing is given. And from here, there is a perpendicular drawn. So this is E, right friends? And this is F, right? So in below figure, E is a point on side CB produced of an isosceles triangle ABC with AB is equal to AC. AB is equal to AC given, right? If AD is perpendicular to BC, so AD is perpendicular to BC and EF is perpendicular to AC, right? Prove that triangle ABD, to prove triangle ABD is similar to triangle ECF. Right friends? Okay. So good. Let's start proving it. ECF. ECF. Okay. Right. So how do we go about it? So since this AB is equal to AC, right friends? So this angle 1 is equal to angle 2. Correct? Because this is an isosceles triangle. So angle opposite to equal sides are always equal. Right? One reduction. Second, angle we'll call 3 and 4. Okay? So angle 3 is equal to angle 4 is equal to 90 degrees. Right? So I am talking about triangle ABD. ABD. That means I'll just try to shade it. I'm talking about this ABD and triangle ECF. Where is E? ECF. So I'm talking about this triangle. Right? So now see friends, this angle is equal to this angle we can say. Right? So I'll just write. Okay, so that we don't get confused. Okay, so angle EFC is equal to angle ADB. Right, both are 90 degrees. Right, and angle 2 is equal to so one angle is equal and rest what we need to prove? We need to prove that these two are similar. Okay, let's prove it. So what else is given here? AB is equal to AC. So now this angle 1 is equal to angle 2. We have already given friends, right? And these two are 90 degrees. So very well we can write that triangle ABD. So first I have taken A. Okay. So corresponding to A, no, not like that. Let us talk about B first. So B is equal to C. So I'll put C in the center. Okay. And then I will put the 90 degrees one. 90 degrees D here. So 90 degrees F here. Right. So E. You got it? This we have done it on two angles. That is A criteria. Okay. So how we have done is that angle 1 is equal to angle 2. Because this is an isosceles triangle. This angle 1 and angle 2 are same, and this angle I am talking about, I'll just rub it off. So I am talking about this triangle ABD, okay, and triangle CEF. So this angle, this is equal to angle this, that is equal to 90 degrees. So two angles are same, so that these two triangles will be similar to each other. Right friends? So let's move on to the next problem. This was pretty easy actually. Okay. Let me just flip the page. Okay, D is a point on side BC of a triangle ABC. Okay. There is a triangle ABC. Let's make a triangle ABC. A, B and C. A, B and C. And D is a point on the side BC. Sorry, need not be 90 degrees. Such that angle ADC, this angle, okay, is equal to angle BAC. BAC. Okay, that by mistake what I made is right only. Okay, right? So that CA square is equal to CB into CD to prove. Right? CA square is equal to CB into CD. Okay. So I am talking about two triangles here, friend. Angle ADC is equal to BAC. Okay. Angle ADC, that is your this angle, is equal to your this angle. Right. So let us consider I am getting CD and CB. Okay. So what I will do, friends, considering triangle in triangle ABC, okay, angle A is 90 degree. Okay, is it given to be 90 degree? No, I cannot assume that. Okay, so in triangle ABC and A is equivalent to D, so D and then C and A, right? So this angle A is equal to angle D given to us. One thing which is given to us, angle A is equal to angle D, right, friends? Now angle C is equal to angle C for both of them, right? So considering these two, we can say that these two triangles are similar. Now we will write it in a neat form. So triangle, let us say ABC is similar to, corresponding to triangle, angle A is equal to angle D. So I will write D first. Okay. Now after that I have written B here, that is this. Okay. And C. So C is common, right? So we will write C here and then DCA. Right? Now what happens, friend? We can actually write the proportion, that is AB by DA is equal to BC by AC is equal to AC by DC, right? So we will use these two, okay, and then we do a cross multiplication, then which gives me BC into DC is equal to AC square. You got it? So AC square is equal to BC into DC, that is nothing but CB into CD. You got, my friends? So friends, only one tip here is that when you are writing the congruency, this, be very careful to match the angles, right? So the respective angles, the respective equal angles has to be mentioned here in a respective place. If you mismatch that, then you will not get the right result, right, friends? Let's move on to the next problem. Okay, if AD and PM are the medians of triangle ABC and PQR, ABC and PQR, what is given? AD and PM are medians. So friends, I hope everybody knows here what is a median. So median is a line segment which drops from one of the vertices, and divides the opposite side into two equal halves. That means this is equal to this and this is equal to this. That is what median is, right? Where angle ABC is similar to triangle PQR given. Triangle ABC is similar to triangle PQR. right? This is given to us. We need to prove AB by PQ is equal to AD by PM. Right, friends? Now let's start doing it. Right. So, friends, see, angle ABC is triangle ABC is similar to triangle PQR. ABC is PQR. Now, it becomes very easy, right, friends? So, this angle 1 is equal to angle 2, correct? Angle 3 is equal to angle 4, right? Now, okay, friends, what we can write is, see, AB from this, okay, let's start proving it. So, from this, AB by PQ is equal to BC by QR. Right? Very well we can write this result, friend, when these two are similar to each other. Correct, no? Absolutely no problem. We can write the result. Now, what we can do is that AB by PQ, okay, and BC by QR, can we write it as half BC by half QR? Right? I have divided both, right? So, half BC is nothing but BD and half QR is nothing but QM. Correct? You got it, my friends? Now, in this respect, see, this two sides, this side is proportional to this side is proportional to this side, one angle is same, so we can write triangle ABD is similar to triangle PQM, right? Now, writing the results here, I think I'll AB by PQ is equal to AD by PM. See, this by this is equal to this by this, right? So, we have proved it. Right, friends? Let's move on to the next one. This is slightly going lengthy. Maybe I'll upload it in two different videos. I don't know how many of you have patience till now. Okay. I have patience of teaching at least 4 to 5 hours also continuously. That's not a problem. Okay. In a right triangle, the square of hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides. Wow. So we are proving Pythagoras theorem now. Okay? Yeah. So this is 90 degrees. So let's say A, B and C. Right? So we need to prove BC square is equal to AB square plus AC square. In a right triangle, the square of the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides. Okay, good. So to prove this, friend, from point A, I will draw a line on BC which is perpendicular. Call it as D. Okay. So what happens here, friend? See, I will consider two triangles here. A, B and D. Okay, and A, B, C and A, B, C. There are three triangles basically here. After drawing this perpendicular line, right? So in triangle A, B, C and triangle respective is D and A, B, C, so respective D, C, A, ABC, so DCA. Right? What happens is angle A is equal to angle D. Right? Okay. So this angle is equal to this angle, and this C is common for them. Angle C is equal to angle C. So when these two angles are equal, we can say that these two triangles are similar. So we will write, therefore what happens, friend? We are going to write the similarity. So triangle ABC is similar to triangle. Now be careful. A is equal to D, so I'll start with D. Okay, and then after this D, C is common, so I will write C because C is here. So I'll write C. In between, I am considering triangle DCA, so DAC. You got it? So this is how, if you write, you will not make a mistake, right? So now I need to prove result between A1 and AC, right? AB and AC. So AB by AD is equal to BC by AC is equal to AC by DC. Right? So out of this, which we will use? We will use BC, that is equal to, that is, I'll use this, and then I will use this two. Right? So if I am using this two, what this will give me is that after a cross multiplication, AC square is equal to BC into DC. Right? We'll keep this as 1. So in similar fashion, friends, we can write similarity of other triangle also. We'll keep it here. Now triangle ABC. Okay, I am going to write a similarity. I am going to prove it similar to this. Okay, so is similar to, so A is corresponding to D again here, so D. Okay, now B is common, so I write B. Okay, in two triangles, then I will write A. You are getting my point? I have not proved it, but I have just written down the similarity. On the same lines, you can actually prove that. So AB by DB plus BC, is equal to BC by BA is equal to AC by AD. Right, friends? So in this, which one I will use? I will use these two. Right? So which will give me AB square is equal to BC into BD. Right? Correct? Yeah. So this is my equation number 2. Now what I am going to do is that I am going to add these two friends so that I get the RHS. So this suggests that AB square plus AC square is equal to BC into BD plus BC into DC. Right? So I have added equation 1 and 2. Adding 1 and 2. Right? So now I think I can take BC common here. This is BD plus DC. So BD plus DC is nothing but BC. BC into BC, which is equal to BC square. Hence, AB square plus AC square is equal to BC square. This is the required result. Right? You got it, friends? So let's move forward with another problem. This is important, friends. So if anybody wants to have a second look, please have it now before I actually remove it from here. Right? Now, the problem is a ladder 10 meter long reaches a window 8 meter above the ground. 8 meter above the ground. This is 8 meters. Ladder is 10 meter long. Ladder is 10 meter. Find the distance of the foot of the ladder from the base of the wall. That is, this is A, B, C, BC is equal to what? I don't think we should actually be solving it here. This will be nothing but square root of 10 square minus 8 square, which is basically 100 minus 64. That is equal to 36. So BC is equal to 6. It will be plus or minus 6. So minus 6 we cannot consider because this is a distance. So it will be plus 6. I'll just write the answer. Right? Okay. An aeroplane leaves at an airport and flies due north at a speed of 1000 km per hour. Okay. So we all know, friends, that north is upward direction. Okay. So the speed is 1000 km per hour. 1000 kmph. Right? Another aeroplane leaves the same airport and flies due west at a speed of 1200 km. Another is 1200 km per hour. How far they will be after 1.5 hours? See, so this aeroplane in 1.5 hours will go 1500 kilometers, right? In 1.5 hour, and this will go 1800 kilometer in 1.5 hour, right, friends? So this is going north, right? So this is 1500 kilometers, and this is going west 1800. How far are they from each other? That means if this is A, this is B, this is C, so this is equal to what is the problem? Right, friends? So it's absolutely simple. This is square plus this is square and square root. Sorry. So AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square as per Pythagoras theorem. Right? So this is nothing but 1500 square plus 1800 square, right? 1800 square, this is equal to AC square, right, friends? So this is nothing but 225 4 zeros plus 324 4 zeros, right? Which is equal to 9 4 5 0 0 0 0 0 0. Sorry, only 4 zeros, right? Now 549 we will try to find out 549. Since this is involving a larger digit, I am just doing it now. Okay, so 3, yeah, so 3 into 183, correct? Now 3 into 61, right? So this is nothing but the 61. No, friends, we cannot do anything about that. This is 3 root 61. So this is 300 root 61. You understood? This is kilometers. You understood what I did? I just concentrated on these three numbers. Okay, found the square root, that is 3 root 61, and then for 4 zeros I placed 2 zeros here. That is my answer. Right, friends? Okay. So you can do that. The same thing. You please don't try to find the square root for entire thing. It will become a very lengthy problem for you. Okay. Now moving on to the next one. Okay. Okay, friends. We are approaching. Two poles of height 6 meter and 11 meter stand on a plain ground. Right. 6 meter and 11 meter. 6, 11. Plain ground. Distance between their feet is 12. Right? Find the distance between their top. Pretty easy. This is 12 and this is 6, 11. So this is 5. So 12. This is 5, 12. This will be 13 meters. I'm not solving it, friends. You can basically do it at your place. Okay. So this is nothing but 12 square plus 5 square. So if you remember Pythagorean triplet, 5, 12, 13. Right. So this will be 13 meters. Since this will be parallel to this, so this will be 12, and this total is 11. So this will be from here to here it will be 6, and here this will be 5. Right. Let's move on to the last problem of the session. Okay. Last problem of marathon session. Good. Yeah. In an equilateral triangle ABC, there is an equilateral triangle. ABC. Right. D is the point on side BC. Okay. Such that BD is equal to 1 by 3 BC. Right. So I'll just make into 3 parts and join, so that the figure look a little realistic, friends. Right. So what is given is that BD is equal to 1 by 3 into BC. So BD is third part of BC. Right. And this is an equilateral triangle. Right. So AB is equal to AC is equal to BC. So that is also given. We will write AB is equal to BC is equal to AC. So this is also given. Right. Now we need to prove that. To prove 9AD square is equal to 7AB square. An important problem from your examination point of view, friends. Right. So how do we prove? So what we do a small construction, friends. So we will divide it into 2 halves. We will draw, so that this is let us draw this as M. Okay. And or L, whatever L, and then this is equal to 90 degrees. Right, friends? So there are 2 things here, friend. So AB square, friends. So see here, what has been given to us is this, right? We can say that see B, I'll just summarize it here. BD is equal to 1 by 3 BC is given to us, and BL is equal to half BC. Correct? I just explained you why this will be half BC, because this is an equilateral triangle, so this will be half BC. Right, friends? So now let us use Pythagoras theorem and basically solve it further. Right? So AB square, that is your this. AB square is nothing but DL square and AL square. That means AL square plus DL square. Right? Similarly, AD square will be equal to, AD square is nothing but DL square okay, or AL square plus BL square. AB square is equal to BL. Right? So AL square plus BL square and AL square plus DL square. Now friends, I am going to change this DL square, right? So what I am going to write here is that AL square plus DL. Can this be written as BL minus BD? Right? Any problem in this? No problem, right? Let me explain it. Sorry, expand it. Right? To BLPD. Now what happens, friend? See, this AL square plus BL square, AL plus BL is nothing but AB, right? This can be written as AB square plus BD square. BD, where it is? BD is 1 by 3 BC, okay, which can be written as 1 by 3 AB also, because this is an equilateral triangle, so BC is equal to AB. So 1 by 3 AB square whole square, right, minus 2 into BL. BL is equal to half BC into BD. BD is equal to 1 by 3 BC. You're getting it? Right? So this becomes AB square. Of course, this all is equal to AD square. Plus 1 by 9 AB square. This and this gets cancelled. This becomes BC square by 3. So AB square by 3. Okay. I have taken these two liberties because AB is equal to BC, equilateral triangle. Right? That is why I have taken this liberty. So taking LCM, this becomes 9. So 9 AB square plus AB square minus 3 AB square, right, is equal to AD square. Right? Hope this is getting covered on the board. Which is equal to 10 minus 3, that is 7 AB square by 9 is equal to AD square from this side, which is equal to 7 AB square is equal to 9 AD square. And this was the required result to be proved, right? So friends, with this we have completed the entire chapter of triangles, right, from your NCERT textbook today. Good. Okay, so friends, I'll keep another session, okay, wherein we will solve a few tricky problems, okay, which I'll be taking out from different sources, okay. Few of them will be from your previous year examination problems, and few of them will be from R.S. Agrawal and some other sources as well, right? So this basically I have given you the complete understanding of the chapter triangles and different theorems and different problems to be solved. With this you can expect at least 85% of chances or 90% of chances that you will be able to do right all the problems which appears. So for the 10% or the 15% which is remaining, there will be another session on triangles, and which will be the last session on the triangles, right friends? And then we move on to certain other topic, right? So thank you so much for your patience, and till the time we meet next, be happy, be safe, keep learning with us, stay tuned with us. We have a lot more for you to come in future, right? That's it. Enjoy your day. All the best. Thank you so much. Bye.